Welcome to solving inequalities and graphing the solution on a number line. Our first problem, negative 4x minus 7 is greater than 5. Again, treat this like an equation. We have to solve and isolate the value x. In order to do that, we have to add 7 to both sides of the inequality. So on the left-hand side, we're going to get negative 4x is greater than 5 plus 7, then is 12. Next, negative 4x is greater than 12. To isolate the x, we're going to have to undo multiplying by negative 4 by dividing by negative 4 on both sides of the inequality. Now this is the part that we need to remember. When dividing by a negative number or multiplying by a negative number, we have to switch the signs. So switch signs when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. So in this case, negative 4 divided by negative 4 is going to be 1x. And instead of greater than, we're going to switch the inequality sign to less than. So notice this change here. 12 divided by negative 4 is negative 3. So let's look at that again. Again, notice the inequality sign change from greater than to less than because we divided by a negative number. Graphing this one on the number line. So x is less than negative 3. So negative 3 on the number line, I'm going to put an open circle since it does not include equality. It's not less than or equal to. And the arrow points to the left, so I'm going to shade all the values and highlight the arrow to the left. So that reads x is less than negative 3. Our next problem. 5 times the quantity of open parentheses 4x minus 1 close parentheses is greater than or equal to 4 open parentheses 4x plus 2 close parentheses. That means we're going to have to use our distributive property. So 5 times 4x and 5 times minus 1. So that's going to become 5 times 4x is 5 times 4 is 20. Attach the x. 5 times negative 1 is going to be a minus 5. Greater than or equal to, then 4 times 4x and 4 times 2. So 4 times 4x in our head, we can multiply. 4 times 4 is 16, attach the x to it. 4 times 2 then is 8, and I'm going to write it as a positive 8 or plus 8. Notice we have variables on both sides of the equation, so we're going to have to get the x's to the left-hand side, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 16x from both sides of the equation. On our left-hand side, 20 minus 16x is going to be 4x. Bring down the minus 5 is greater than or equal to. Then 16x minus 16x is 0. Bring down the 8. Now let's put the constants on the right-hand side. So to undo subtracting 5, we have to add 5 to both sides. 8 plus 5 is 13 on the right-hand side. Then we have just the 4x on the left-hand side. So it says 4x is greater than or equal to 13. Continuing on, we have 4x is greater than or equal to 13. Now we divide both sides by 4. And we have x is greater than or equal to 13 divided by 4. We can use our calculators. 13 divided by 4. And the answer is 3.25. Notice on this problem, we kept the inequality in the same direction. We did this because we divided by a positive number and not a negative number. So let's graph this number on the number line. X is greater than or equal to 3.25. So we go to in between 3 and 4. We locate roughly approximately where 3.25 would be. I put a solid open circle, and I'm going to label it 3.25. I do a solid open circle because of the equality component of greater than or equal to. Then, because it's greater than or equal to, that means I shade to the right, and I highlight the arrow there to make sure that that's the direction I'm going.